Hello 6th class, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you are all doing well and you are revising your chapters regularly. In our previous class, we were doing chapter fractions and we did introduction to equivalent fractions and the simplest form of fraction. In today's class, we are going to talk about like and unlike fractions. We are also going to learn how to do subtraction and addition of like and unlike fractions. So we are going to start with the definition of like fractions. Like fractions are those in which denominator is same. Okay? Like fractions are fractions having same denominator. Okay? Suppose we have 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 11 by 4 or maybe 4 by 4. These all fractions have same denominator that is 4. So these are like fractions. Example number 2 can be, suppose we have 11 by 17, 2 by 17, 0 by 17, 1 by 17, 17 by 17. Okay? Any number of fractions which have the same denominator, that is 17, are going to be called like fractions. Now the unlike fractions are going to be which do not have the same denominator. So unlike fractions are, now next is going to be unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are those fractions which do not have same denominator. They are going to be called unlike fractions. Now the unlike fractions can be divided into two parts. The first one can be the unlike fractions having same numerator. Unlike fractions having same numerator, and second type is going to be called the unlike fractions with different numerators. We are going to take example for both of them. Okay. So unlike fractions having same numerator are going to be like this. Suppose we have 1 by 7, 1 by 11, or maybe 1 by 21, 1 by 3, etc. Okay. These all fractions have same numerator, that is 1. Okay, we can take another example. Suppose we have 3 by, or maybe 13 by 3, 13 by 7, 13 by 13, 13 by anything, maybe 100, okay, etc. So you can have any number of unlike fractions with same numerator. They are going to look like this. Second type is unlike fractions having different numerator. So there is no condition on numerator and no condition on denominator. They are going to look like, suppose we have 1 by 2, then we have 2 by 3, or maybe 4 by 7 and 8 by 9, etc. These fractions are having the different denominators as well as different numerators. So they are going to be unlike fractions having different numerators. So these were the definition of like and unlike fractions. Now we are going to do the comparison of unlike and like fractions. So how to do comparison? We have different methods for unlike and like fractions. So first we are going to learn how to compare the like fractions. Comparison of like fractions. It means we have to tell which fraction is greater, smaller, or are they equal in measure. So suppose we have 2 by 3 and maybe we are talking about like fractions, it means denominator is going to be same, and maybe 11 by 3. Okay, another example is going to be, suppose we have by 7, so 7 by 7 and 17 by 7. So how to compare these fractions? The method is going to be, we will overlook the denominator and we will compare the numerators. If the numerator is bigger, the fraction corresponding to it is going to be bigger, and if the numerator is going to be small, the fraction corresponding to it is going to be smaller. So in this we will compare comparing numerators 2 and 11. Which one is bigger? 2 is less than 11, 11 is bigger, implies your corresponding fraction is going to be greater than your other fraction. So this is how we are going to compare them. In second example, you can see that denominator is same, it means they are like fractions. Out of 7 and 17, which one is bigger? 17 is bigger, so the fraction corresponding to it, that is 17 by 7, is going to be bigger than your another fraction, which is 7 by 7. So you will compare in the proper way of presenting your answer is going to be, first you will tell that these are like fractions, Then you will compare the numerators. Comparing numerators, or in short form you can write an apostrophe s. 7 is less than 17, implies your 7 by 7 is going to be less than 17 by 17. This rule applies only to the comparison of like fractions. For unlike fractions we have different rule of comparison. Now we are going to learn about that. Okay, I am going to rub this one. So comparison of unlike fractions. So we are going to take one example. Suppose we have unlike fraction as 2 by 3 and maybe 2 by 7. This is a type of unlike fraction in which numerator is same. So in this, these are unlike fractions with same numerators. Okay, if unlike fractions are having the same numerator, then the one having the smaller denominator is going to be bigger one. Okay, so and you will write that you will compare the denominators now. So comparing 3 and 7. Okay, 3 and 7, the denominators, you will get 3 is less than 7. The fraction having smaller denominator is going to be bigger if they have the same numerator. So implies your 2 by 3 is going to be bigger than your 2 by 7. Okay, we can take another example number 2 for the unlike fraction having same numerators. Suppose we have 13 by 17 and 13 by 23. Now they have different denominators, it means they are unlike but they have the same numerator. Okay, so these are, you will mention that these are unlike fractions having same numerator. Now you will compare the denominators. Denominators are 17 and 23. Comparing denominators, 17 is less than 23. It means the corresponding fraction to 17 is going to be bigger. So the corresponding fraction is 13 by 17. It is going to be bigger than your 13 by 23. This is how we are going to compare the unlike fractions with same numerator. So what will happen if the numerators are also not same? They are also different. So we are going to do some examples of that also. So if numerators are also different, so there are different ways of solving or in fact comparing them. first method is, suppose we have 2 by 3 and 3 by 9. What I will do, I will make the denominator same. I will try to change into like fractions. So here 3 and 9, denominators are 3 and 9. So you will find out the common multiple of 3 and 9, which is going to be 9. Okay, you can take another multiple also of your own choice, whatever you are comfortable with, but mostly the smaller the common multiple, the smaller will be the calculations. The simpler will be calculations. So I am going to take the 9 as common multiple. So here it is 9, so no need for amendment, but here it is 2 by 3. So I will try to change 2 by 3 into a fraction, into an equivalent fraction with denominator 9. This we discussed in our last class. I want the denominator 9. It means I have to multiply it by which number? 3 3s are 9. Okay, and we can't just multiply the denominator with 3. We have to multiply the numerator also. So we will get 3 2 into 3, 6 by 9. Okay, so the equivalent fraction of 2 by 3 is now 6 by 9, and the second fraction is now comparing 6 by 9 and here 3 by 9. Okay, so we have got the equivalent fraction for 2 by 3, which is 6 by 9, and we are comparing this. And by the rule of comparing like fractions, you know that if the numerator is bigger, the number is going to be bigger. So 6 is greater than 3, it means your 6 by 9 is greater than 3 by 9, because they are like fractions. Okay, they are like fractions. So we are going to apply that rule only. Okay, this was one method. Okay, you will find out the common multiple. It can be the least common multiple also, and you can take a common multiple of your choice also. Second method is going to be the cross multiplication method, which is a bit easier to deal with. Suppose we have the same numbers. Okay, I am going to take the same fractions, 2 by 3 and 3 by 9. So what does cross multiplication mean? Cross multiplication. Suppose this is n1, this is d1. The fraction is going to be n1 by d1. This one is n2 and this one is d2. The fraction is going to be n2 by d2. Now cross multiplication means I will write my left hand side, this one as n1 d2. Okay, so I will multiply this with this and write on this side, and then I will multiply d1 here, and I will write n2 into d2. Okay, it means we have to write 2 into 9 and 3 into 3. Okay, these terms are whole numbers. We will get whole numbers now. Okay, after cross multiplication you will turn your fractions into whole numbers, and these will be equivalent to these one. Okay, so 9 2s are 18 and 3 3s are 9. Which one is bigger? 18 is greater than 9. So 18, the corresponding fraction is going to be 2 by 3. It means your 2 by 3 is bigger than your 3 by 9. Okay, so this is cross multiplication. We are going to take one more example for this. So suppose we are going to do here only. Suppose we have 17 by 7 and we have 5 by 10, not 5 by 10, maybe 50 by 2, no 50 by 10. Okay, so we want to compare them. We will use because they don't have the same numerator, they don't have same denominator, so we can't apply the earlier rules. They are the unlike fractions with different numerators. So we will apply the cross multiplication. You can use the method of common multiple also, but In this, what I will do, I will multiply this denominator, that is denominator of second fraction, with the numerator of first one, and this with this. What I will get 17 into 10 and 50 into 7. We won't put any sign here because we don't know yet which number is bigger. So I will multiply 17 into 10, I will get 170, and 50 into 7, I will get 350. So now which one is bigger? Now you can see that this number is bigger than this. So this number is bigger than this. Implies the corresponding fraction. The corresponding fraction is going to be 17 by 7. So it is going to be less than your 50 by 10. So this is how we are going to compare the unlike fractions with different numerators. Now we are going to start with the exercise part. Exercise is on page number 152, but before that we are going to try these on page number 151. As we have done comparison for two fractions, we can do comparison for more than two fractions also. So we are doing try these now. Try these. Page number is 151. Okay. First question is, we have to arrange the following in ascending and descending order, and there are three parts of it. So you have to arrange in ascending and descending order. So we will take one, we are going to do one part. So 1 by 12, 1 by 23, then 1 by 5, 1 by 7, 1 by 50, 1 by 9, 1 by 17. You see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fractions, and all of them are unlike because they have different denominators. So these are unlike fractions that you know. But what about the numerator? Numerators are same, all are having 1 as numerators. With, so you will write with same numerator that is equal to 1. Implies we will compare, we will write the denominators in ascending order and we will get the fractions in descending order. What do we mean by that? So suppose we have now denominators are 12, 23, 5, 7, 50, 9 and 17. And we know that your 5 is the least number, then we have 7, then we have 9, after 9 we have 12, 17 and 23, and in the last we are going to get 50. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, okay. We have got 7 numbers and they are in ascending order, okay. So I have put my denominators in ascending order. So according to the rule of unlike fractions with same numerators, the corresponding fractions are going to be in descending order. Okay, this was ascending order, so my numerator, so if when I am going to put the fractions, they are going to be in descending order. So 1 by 5 is going to be bigger than 1 by 7, it is going to be bigger than 1 by 9, 1 by 12, 1 by 17, 1 by 23, 1 by 50. Okay, so this is the arrangement of given fractions. This is arrangement of given fractions in what? In descending order. So this is in, so fractions in arrangement of fractions in descending order. This is, and if you want the ascending order, we just need to reverse this So arrangement of fractions in ascending order. So we will start from the right hand side. It is going to be 1 by 50. The next number is going to be your 1 by 23. We will take care of less than greater than sign. Okay, 1 by 50 is less than 1 by 23. Even if we are arranging the fractions in descending order, that fact won't change. Okay, so 1 by 50 is still going to be less than 1 by 23. We just need to take care of the signs. So this is 1 by 7 and 1 by 5, and this is our required arrangement. Okay, this is how we are going to arrange them. Arrange the unlike fractions with same numerators in ascending and descending order. The second part is also an unlike fraction which is having same numerator as 3. In this also we will arrange our denominators in ascending order, and we will get the corresponding fraction in descending order. And if we are going to arrange them in descending order, the whole numbers, the denominators in descending order, we will get our fractions in ascending. So reverse is going to be true for fractions, even numerators are same. And third one is write 3 more similar examples and arrange them in ascending and descending order. Similar examples means they were taking unlike fractions with same numerators. So we are also going to take the same kind of fractions, and then we will arrange it. So we are going to take one example. We are going to take some fractions with unlike fractions with same numerators. Okay. So suppose the fractions are 7 by 7, 7 by 10, okay, 7 by 3, okay, 7 by 13, 7 by 3, or maybe 7 by 100. So these are unlike fractions with same numerator. So we are going to compare the denominators. Denominators are 13, 7, 10, 3 and 10, 3 and 100. Okay. So we are going to compare the denominators. Smallest number is 3. So 3 is less than 7, is less than 10, is less than 13, and finally the biggest number is going to be 100. Implies your corresponding fractions are going to be in the reverse order, which is going to be like this, and this is your descending order. Okay, this is your descending order. If we want to write in ascending order, we will start from the right hand side. 1 by 100 I will start with. I will take care of my signs. I will write next number, then next, and I will move to left hand side. This is going to be my fractions in ascending order. Okay. So third part is done. Now we will move to exercise. Question number 1 is we have to write the shaded portion as fraction and then arrange them in ascending and descending order using less than equal to greater than sign between the fractions. So first one is exercise 7.4, question number 1, part A. It is a figure like this. Okay, I am going to write the fractions. Okay, the first figure, the fraction is going to be 3 shaded parts. Total parts are 3, 4, 8. So corresponding fraction is going to be 3 by 8. Next one is shaded parts are 4, 5, 6. So shaded parts are 6 and total parts are going to be 8. So fraction is going to be 6 by 8. Third one is shaded parts are 4 and the total number of parts are 8. So fraction will be 4 by 8. And the last one, fourth one of A part is one shaded part out of total 8 parts. So this is the fraction corresponding the given figure of A part. So now see that these are having the same denominators. Okay, these are having the same denominators. Fractions with same denominators. It means what we will do? We will compare the numerators. Okay. These are like fractions. Same denominator implies like fractions. And like fractions are the easiest to deal with. So comparing numerators. Now which one is biggest? 3 is. Okay, we have to write them in descending and ascending both order. So we will first start with descending. 6 is greater than 4 is greater than 3 is greater than 1. So the corresponding fraction, that is 6 by 8, is going to be 4 by 8 is going to be greater than 3 by 8, going to be greater than 1 by 8. This is your descending order. And if you want to write them in ascending order, it is going to be 1 by 8 less than 3 by 8 less than 4 by 8 less than 6 by 8. This is your ascending order, required ascending order. Okay. Now one more thing is given, that you have to write the equal to sign also. We have written them in descending and ascending order, but we didn't check if the fractions are equal or not. We have to check for equal signs also. You see that in simplest form, in fact you can do here only if you want, or you can do in last step also. 1 by 8 is in the simplest form, 3 by 8 in the simplest form, 4 by 8 they are not in the simplest form. You can write 4 by 8 as 1 by 4, 1 by 2, and 6 by 8 as, you can write this as 1 by 2 and this as 3 by 4. Okay, and you see that these fractions are not equal. In fact, this one is less than this one. So we are going to use these signs only. So next, B part is the same, in which boxes are provided, and we have to write the corresponding fraction, and then we have to compare them in ascending, and we have to write them in ascending and descending order. So B part you can do by yourself. We are going to do C part. You have to show C part means you have to show 2 by 6, 4 by 6, 8 by 6 and 6 by 6 on a number line. If you remember how to represent your fractions on number line, you will draw a line using ruler and pencil. You will make equal divisions. Okay? Equal divisions. And because the denominator is same for all these fractions, it means each fraction is going to show 1 by 6 part. Okay, so if this one is, suppose we are going to start with 0, this is going to be 1 by 6, this is going to be 2 by 6, 3 by 6, increment of 1 by 6 in each next division, for each next division. So 5 by 6, 6 by 6, 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, and we can continue further. Now we want to show these numbers on number line. So your 2 by 6 is here, your 4 by 6 is here, your 6 by 6 is here, and your 8 by 6 is here. Okay. Now what do we need to do? Put appropriate signs between the fractions given. Now we have to use this number line to put appropriate signs between these fractions. So 5 by 6 and 2 by 6, 3 by 6 and 0, then 1 by 6, 6 by 6, and last one is 8 by 6 and 5 by 6. Okay. Now I want you to remind one thing. When we were representing our numbers on number line, I told you that when we are moving from left to right, when we are moving from left towards right, numbers are increasing. Okay. I told you that numbers are increasing when we are moving from left to right. Now, so it means if you are looking at this number line, your 9 by 6 is bigger than 0, or 0 but you can also say 0 by 6. 6 by 6 is also 1. Okay, so your 7 by 6 is greater than your 1 by 6 or maybe 4 by 6. So any number on the right hand side is going to be bigger than, any fraction on the right hand side is going to be bigger than all the fractions on the left hand side of it. So we are going to use that property to compare these fractions. We have to use this number line. Now where is 5 by 6 and where is 2 by 6? This is 5 by 6, this is 2 by 6. Which one is on the right hand side? 5 by 6 is on the right hand side, it means this one is going to be bigger. Similarly 3 by 6 is greater, 6 by 6 is greater, and 8 by 6 is greater. You can see from the number line. So this will be all for today. In tomorrow's class we are going to continue with the same exercise, question number 2. I wish you a great day.